I can imagine you saying a couple different things this morning. One is that labor is itching to get back to work. The other is that labor is worried about going back to work. What is labor's view right now on this reopening?
Well, you're exactly right. We have two groups of people. We have one group of people that are working day and night, and they're worried about their health and safety. And you have another group of people, 22 million laid off in just the last 4 weeks, that are worried about their livelihood and their health care. Look, we're looking at it from a safety point of view first. And right now, we can't even take care of the people's health and safety that are working. We have more people getting infected in all the different industries. So we have to focus on that. What I would have told the president during that period of time is there's 5 things we need to do. 1, workers have to have a say in how we go back at every level, whether it's the industrial level, the workplace level, state level, local level, or federal level. 2, the decisions have to be made on sound science and worker safety. 3, there has to be an infectious workplace disease standard set in place so everybody knows what they have to do and workers have a way to know they can be protected. And then 2 major themes that came out of that call. One was there has to be a massive increase in protective equipment for workers that are on the job and those that would be returning. And 2, there has to be a massive increase in reliable rapid testing. I think your last guest had it exactly right.
So given that, and given the emphasis that's apparently now being put on the states to make the call, do you expect those protocols, those standards to be set state by state? Or, I mean, what's OSHA's role right now? Rich, could you hear that last question?
I did not. I'm sorry.
I'll repeat it. I just wondered whether or not the safety protocols, is that going to be state by state, or is there some sort of OSHA-like federal standard that will help states understand when it is safe to work?
Well, unfortunately, there was a federal standard, and the Trump administration did away with that. Now we have to recreate it. So you would do a federal standard, but it would have each employer have to do a plan specific to their location, as well as train their employees and then get the protective equipment in hand. That needs to be put in place. People, person after person on that phone call, CEO said, we need protocols. We need to know what's expected of us. That standard is absolutely essential for us getting back to work so that we can tell people what you need and what we have, what protections we have as workers.
So, Mr. Trumka, when do you think you're going to actually get that?
Well, we're hopeful that CARES 2 will mandate it. Unfortunately, both OSHA, MSHA, and NIOSH, the 3 organizations that are responsible for worker health and safety, that's the Occupational Safety Administration, the Mine Safety Health Administration, and the National Institute of Safety, Health and Safety, they've been AWOL in all of this. OSHA has been on a starvation diet. They have fewer inspectors and healthcare experts than they ever had in their history right now, so they totally weren't prepared for it. So in CARES 2, not only would we mandate that there have to be an infectious disease standard, but also rehiring people and putting more inspectors on the job. Because right now, we have enough inspectors on the job to inspect each workplace once every 165 years. As you can see, that's totally inadequate. So with the standard, at least workers would be able to enforce it themselves and not have to depend on the 3 agencies that have actually been AWOL in this whole pandemic.
Well, you mentioned CARES 2, so to speak. I mean, what are your expectations? I know you talk to a lot of political leaders on both sides of the aisle. Are we going to get a CARES 2 anytime soon?
Well, I certainly hope so. We're working hard towards it. And we have 5 essentials, economic essentials for CARES 2. The first, of course, would be keep frontline workers safe. The second would be keep workers employed and protect earned pension checks. Because in CARES 1, pensioners, there are 35.5 million of them that get their pensions from private pensions, from multi or single employer plans. They got no help. There was a crisis in those pension plans beforehand, and now it's been made worse. So that's done. Then keep state and local governments, public schools, and the Postal Service solvent. 4, keep America healthy, protect and expand health insurance for all. Those 22 million workers that have been laid off in the last 4 weeks are going to lose their health care if they got it from work at the most vulnerable time. And then the last thing we would ask for in CARES 2 would be keep America competitive, hire people to build infrastructure so that we had work in a great infrastructure bill.